Hi, this is Red Miller, and you're at Love Based Birth. I want to share with you the most important thing that you think about as soon as you get pregnant. So, what happens after you get pregnant is the first thing: when is my baby going to come? So, that might be determined by a couple of things. Perhaps your last menstrual period, the first day of your last menstrual period, or if you don't know that, maybe you had an early ultrasound. So, when you're given a date, please remember that it is a guess date. Gestation is not an exact science. So every baby is an individual and it will come in its own time. So gestation is considered somewhere around 40 weeks or 280 days. But we say full-term babies are anywhere from 37 weeks until 42 weeks. So that is actually a 5-week window that your baby can arrive at any time during that 5-week period. Statistically speaking, only 3 to 5% of babies are actually born on their due dates. However, I would say all babies are actually born on their due dates, just that we don't know exactly which date that is when we get pregnant. So also, it's interesting that statistically about 2/3 of babies will be born within 7 days of their due dates. So that might be 7 days plus, so more like around 41 weeks, or it might be 7 days minus, so more like around 39 weeks. So please keep this in mind when you start sharing with your friends and your family about when you're expecting your baby. The earlier you can start using very general terms, the better. So if your EDD, or estimated date of delivery, is calculated to, let's say, the 15th of September, I would strongly recommend that you start telling your friends, my baby will be here sometime at the end of September, for example. Giving yourself a couple extra weeks wiggle room is really helpful because excuse me, many first-time babies especially are born naturally after the 40-week mark has passed. And if you tell your friends and your family a date that's a little bit later than what your EDD is, it means that when you get to that end of pregnancy time, when you're feeling a bit heavy, when you're maybe feeling a bit tired, when you're feeling very, very ready to meet your little one, it will really help to not have all the pressures from your friends and family who's calling you saying, any news? Did anything happen yet? So you can really just so easily avoid that by just giving a date that's a couple weeks earlier, so you can avoid all of those end of pregnancy pressures. So top tip, first thing to think about when you get pregnant is get general with the language around when your baby is coming, so that you can give your baby also that freedom to choose its birth date, and you can also give yourself the just the space around coming towards that date at the end of your pregnancy. So think about birthing time, birthing month. Get general with it. I promise you, you'll be really happy that you did.